Work. Oh! Yay! Look at sailing vessel Calico Skies!
Hello!
It's like the good old days.
Hello.
Welcome back. Oh yeah, the
Times that we walk, going through and through. In that moment, I felt that I could go anywhere with you.
Good morning, guys. The wind has finally come down. It's been 2 days of 25, 30 knots. That nasty weather we were in off the Gulf Stream when I popped the shroud, well, it turned out it was actually like a tropical disturbance. That's why we had that weird weather pattern, all those squalls that was unforecasted for us. So today I've been anchored at Cape Lookout for the last 2 days, unable to move because of weather. Today I'm about to start tackling repairing our rig. So today the plan is, now that the wind has come down, is to jerry-rig the mast. I have a big piece of dyneema, so I'm going to go up the mast and take out the broken rod. Somehow affix dyneema to the stay.
For all the non-sailors out there, the stays are the metal rods that run from mast to the deck. The broken one being the one with the red arrows. I'm not really planning on doing much sailing, but I want to keep the rig stable. I did notice in all those winds the rig was pumping more than it normally would. It's usually very stable, but you know, obviously one wire broke and then the other wires on the other side are loose because of that. So yeah, the plan today is get the mast jerry-rigged. I'm gonna get some fuel, and I think tomorrow I'm gonna start the ICW. Hopefully I can do it in 3 days, maybe 4. I'm having severe FOMO that all the Delos guys are having fun, Grace and Delos, so I gotta get myself north as well as get this rig properly repaired so we go up to Maine or Canada or something, so that's today's plan. When the rod head on our forward lower shroud broke on the 5th day of Bill's solo passage headed north from the Bahamas, he had to divert course near Beaufort, North Carolina and head inshore. I am crewing on our friend's boat sailing vessel Delos, and we're ahead of Calico Skies. In our last episode, we finally made it around Cape Hatteras after dealing with heavy weather for days.
So I just pulled out the massive piece of dyneema I have on board. It actually is a marine. I actually saved some money. It's actually a dyneema tow line for like a Jeep to like pull them off trees and stuff with the winch, but I mean, super strong dyneema though, super thick. I'm just trying to figure out there's some fittings, which maybe will be helpful. I'm just trying to like, get the geometry right on how I want to do this. Might have to cut some stuff off. Step 1, I gotta get this piece of metal off so it'll fit through the blocks and able to run through things. There we go. I may be able to take this this piece out of the turnbuckle. That's feels like a pretty smooth fair lead. I could have it spin like that and then work its way back to the cockpit. All right, so I ran a dyneema through the turnbuckle. This dyneema is 3/8 actually, not 1/2, but it's 22,000 pound brake, which I think is more than enough for my use here. I think it's probably stronger than the rod that I'm replacing. I'm taking, I'll take this shackle, this pre-spliced in eye or shackle up to the top. I'm gonna lash that to the spreader base. All right, so I'm up here. I have the new temporary stay with me. Here's the broken stay, it's loose. I'm gonna pop this out of its hole. It's actually a bigger hole than I thought it would be. I'm gonna lash here. So looking at the hole, I have a little more space than I thought it did, but I don't like the way it's gonna pull into there. The dyneema might shape it. So I might go back down and see if I can find a shackle that would fit in here. And then I can just hook this piece into the shackle, rather than worrying about dyneema chafing up here where I can't even monitor it because I'm not gonna go up the rig constantly, right? So I'm gonna go back down. Luckily it's only a first spreader, it's only like 20 feet of climbing. Got a handful of shackles to try. I'll see, I'm not sure if any of them are gonna fit, but it's worth a shot. So back up here with my shackles. Got a safety clip on the spreader to make sure no one's here watching me up the mast. So at least it will help me if I fell, catch me. So I put this shackle here. I know it's not the right way to use a shackle, so I'm also gonna lash it with dyneema. But that's metal on metal. That won't chafe at least for now. Then I'm gonna get some dyneema lashings on this bad boy as well. Got this nice and snug down with a pair of pliers, nice and tight. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and lash some dyneema on it. Got this bad boy all lashed up. Ready to go. So I ran the dyneema straight through the chain plate, put a little bit of shade guard on there. Now I'm just trying to tension it up. Well, all fueled up and started the ICW. Not looking forward to this. It's pretty boring by yourself out here. My day consists of -1, +1, -1, +1 on the autopilot. Yeah, hopefully it's painless and quick. Yeah, started about 10 o'clock this morning, fighting some tides, going a little slow. I was going to change it too, so I didn't want to leave too early and fight it all day. Yeah, see how far I get today.
Well, this day got even nicer now that we put the sails up, and I have a feeling that Bill does not have the sails up. He'll be here soon though.
Motor, motor, motor. All I do is motor. I'm like on hour 9. Nice and good. I get good speed. The new props let me do like 6, 7, which is pretty sweet. It's much quieter. I'm just kind of sitting this little nook all day to play off-road mode, VHF. I'm pushing hard though. I'm gonna try to make it through in 2 days because I'm meeting a friend to help bring the boat up to Annapolis overnight. So I try to do some 70-mile days coming up. So get up early and get going. -1, -1. That's all I do all day long. Stay in the channel all day long. Kind of hard by yourself, a lot of paying attention, but it is what it is.
Guys, just wanted to show you guys where I slept on this passage. So coming through, I'm gonna try to walk backwards. So behind me is this little pass-through thing, which looks like that. This bunk is where I spent many hours on this passage. It's quite cozy, and it's really nice when you're offshore to have this board here kind of holding you in. And I'm gonna walk to the back, to the aft part of the boat so you can see from this angle kind of what it looks like. It actually has this little curtain that you can draw and bring over the entire berth. Bill and I actually normally sleep in the V berth, but we can't sleep in the V berth when we're offshore generally because it's too much motion. So we either move to the aft part of the boat or we sleep in the salon. So it's kind of cool to have a dedicated space for offshore passage making. But I mean, that's one of the advantages, I guess, of having a bigger boat. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys that, and this thing making noise behind me is the washing machine. I have my workstation set up here, a little more space than I normally have in Calico Skies. Suffice it to say, there are quite a few luxuries on this boat that I'm gonna miss when we go back to Calico Skies, but I do miss Calico Skies a lot. The last I heard from Bill, he's gonna end up being just a few days behind us. We will reunite in Annapolis. It's more important that he gets there safely.
Made it through the lock. Well, coming out of the lock, I couldn't film the process because it was by myself. You have to handle the lines as you go down in the water levels and ease them so you don't hang yourself up. It's definitely different, this giant barge and tanker thing in here. Yeah, so now I'm just cruising on out. Bang. You ready, Nugget? You ready?
Careful! Over on Delos, we finally arrived into Annapolis after transiting the Chesapeake Bay for the last few days, and are taking a few minutes to celebrate after the long journey. It doesn't feel the same without Bill though, and I can't wait for him to catch up. He's almost to where we started our sail through the Chesapeake, having come up through the ICW, so he's 2 to 3 days out.
Last morning in the ICW, woohoo! About 45 miles to Norfolk today, where we're meeting a friend to help me run the boat up the bay overnight to the Chesapeake. Kind of pretty out here. Kind of a cool scene. I've only really been in ICW in the fall, so it's weird to see everything so green. Fall or winter, I think we were running it. I think we were in this exact place Christmas Eve of last year. It is about 20 degrees out, now about 80. And everything's green and pretty. New propellers are making a huge difference. Motoring at like 6.5, 6.7, I think I averaged yesterday, as opposed to the 5 we used to average of our old prop. Much quieter too, you don't hear any like knocking or any sort of crazy sound, so that's good. That's worked out well. It's been actually a lot less painful at ICW having a quiet motor train and you know, a quiet drive train and fast speeds. And extra long days help too. Days are like, the sun doesn't go down to about 8 o'clock now or 8:20, so you know, when you're doing this in the winter, your days, you have like 6 or 7 hours of motoring, and then you have to go and it's so cold out on watch. And it's actually a lot more pleasant this way.
Hey Nugs. Guess who's coming? So we just heard from Bill that he'll be here any minute. We're anxiously awaiting his arrival.
Look who it is! Look at sailing vessel Calico Skies!
Hello!
Hurry up, get your lines out! Don't miss the mooring! We'll get it all on film.
No pressure, Jeff.
Like my fenders there? That's pretty good luck too.
Wow.
You can see the trip over here.
Flying fender. Go.
Just in time for the thunderstorm. Yeah. I think it will miss us. Yeah. Well, that's exciting. Yeah.
You did it, Nugget. They did it.
Yeehaw. It's like the good old days. Hello.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, the
And Nug's like, that's my camera. Why should you remember me?
Yeah, I don't know about that. You not sure about that?
Yeah, camera on me. I'm the ham in the group here.
That's great to have you back, Bill.
I'm glad to be back, guys. ICW is weird. I was doing some like oil and coolant checks with running the engine so much, and I found a little frog. Hey, buddy. Weird, right? How the hell did he get up here? It's like so small. How did he get up on the boat, you know? Crazy.
Hi friends! Have you thought about joining Patreon? If you like our channel and you watch our videos and you're thinking that you would be interested in supporting us, it's an awesome way to do so. We absolutely love connecting to the people who enjoy watching us. And again, it's a great way to support us for as little as $2 a month. You can do so, and Patreon, if you're not familiar with it, it's pretty easy to kind of customize your support the way you want to. You can give by video, you can cap a monthly amount, cancel any time. We appreciate it so much, and it really, you are giving right back to our channel. With your support, we've been able to upgrade our cameras, and
right now I'm going to play with the drone.
Yeah,
Going
we were
for a
able to
fly.
get another drone since we sank our last one. Thanks, guys.